welcome once again to this assembly. This is your servant of Yahweh, greeting you in the name of the Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, with peace. All right, we're going to jump back into this. We learned a lot over the last few scriptures about the conditions of the planet, the punishment that had been handed out for all men and all beasts on the planet, as well as the planet got a bit of a rearrangement itself. Now we're going to jump back into this. We're still in Bere'Shiyth chapter 8, and we're picking up where we left off, and that would be verse 15, and we're about to fly through this as never seen before, and will never be seen before since. So hold on. Thank you, Father, for bringing us here to this assembly, bringing us here so that we may come together in unison in your name, believing you, Father, that you are Yahuwah alone and that you are the Savior, and we accept these things in the name of your Son, through which we must be received, Yahushua HaMashiach. Amen. Verse 15 of chapter 8, Bere'Shiyth. And Elohim spoke unto Noah, saying, he told Noah to get out the ark, take his family with him, take all the animals too. Okay, I'm sorry. That was kind of rude. But that's basically it, okay? He had to get his family, get out the ark, take all those animals with him, clean up their crap, and leave the ark and go live his life. All right? So, verse 20, after all that was done, and Noah built an altar unto Yahweh, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. So the first thing Noah could do is go kill some stuff. Go figure. Verse 21, and Yahuwah smelled a sweet savor, and Yahuwah said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. This verse is rather inexplicable, to say the least. It was seen that Yahuwah, Adonai Elohim, El Elyon, expressed contrition over his actions. Okay? It's kind of like an apology here. Not that he is incapable, but that he would is not. But that he would is not what I would expect. This is an important verse for all of those who thinks that Yahuwah has no feelings, that, as I said before, he's the celestial Mr. Spock. He's the divine Vulcan, Now he has feelings, and he expresses them. It should be noted that Yahuwah said to Moshe that he said this in his heart. He did not say this aloud to Noah. At least it's not stated that he did. He was sharing his feelings with with Moshe. He was sharing his contrition for the evil he had done. He did not share this with Noah. At least at the time he felt it. It must have really hurt him to do what he did out of anger. But that sweet smell of reverence, of praise, of worship, reminded him that the adoration of even one man is enough for him. In verse 22, while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. As I said before, when I mentioned in the garden about Yahuwah walking in the garden, or his voice walking in the garden in the cool of the day, that there were temperature variations. So to all those of you who believe in global warming, fake news, you can thank Trump for fake news, okay? Nobody was saying that before he coined the phrase. But anyway, in verse 22, now we know that there was cold and hot, summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. So even in the time of the beginning, There was hot and cold and summer and winter. There were, as we call it, 4 seasons, but he only mentions 2, which is summer and winter. So there was no spring or fall, there was just summer and winter. But I'm sure just like us, they experienced the changing of the seasons, but they only acknowledge the 2. So just keep that in mind. So global warming, I'll stick to this. Y'all can believe what you want to believe. I'm going to stick to this. All right. We are in Bere'Shiyth 9. We're about to fly. Well, we're going to read really fast. We're going to go through this real fast. We ain't going to fly. Unless you get in an airplane. You ain't going to fly. The plane is. All right. Verse 1. And Elohim blessed Noach and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Now, I mentioned that word replenish before. So we're going to step into that. Now, these Elohim blessed Noach just as they did in chapter 1, verse 28. Much has been said about the meaning of the word replenish, which means to again fill. What if this earth, this land, was called here from wherever it was that Elohim came from? And when it was there, it was filled with life, both man and animal and creeping thing. Therefore, know that now that it is here, they want it to be filled again as it was there. That's just a thought. I don't know. I'm just saying it's just a thought. Because that word replenish is very interestingly placed in those 2 positions where it is. So, just a thought. I don't know. Verse 2, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moves upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Now, they may fear you, but that don't mean they can't kill you. Yahuwah restored the blessing that Elohim blessed them in their creation. However, the dominion, while not mentioned to have been lost, seems to have been upgraded. Now, more than just ruling over all other life, man will now be feared by all other life. He also sort of says that capturing them would not be very hard. When man needs an animal, want an animal, he can catch it. What man does after that is another story. You can catch a T-Rex, but what you gonna do with it? Okay? You might be able to catch a brontosaurus, but what you gonna do with it after that? So just keep that in mind. Verse 3. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you, even as the green herb have I given you, all things. Irregardless of what we think of the taste, we can eat anything that moves. Butterflies, wasps, buzzards, pangolins, whatever. Even pufferfish. I said pangolin because that is one weird looking animal. All right, verse 4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Remember chapter 2, verse 7. He breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Now this verse says that flesh that has the life of the living thing, they specify that the blood is the life thereof. Therefore, it is reasonable to conclude that in chapter 2, verse 7, Yahuwah breathed the breath of life, the breath of blood, into the nostrils of man whom he had formed. That is just substituting the word blood for life as defined in this verse. I did not write this. So y'all, GL, I did not write this, okay? I'd like to give that disclaimer, for all those listening. Now, I am showing you what has been missed because of a lack of belief and religious enslavement. Yeah, I said a religious enslavement. That's kind of redundant. All right. Faithful enslavement or religious teaching. So this verse requires that the blood is drained of the animals first, or at least cooked off. Then they may cook out the remainder, then eat. Verse 5. And surely after your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of the man. The life of your blood will I require. Substitution again. The 2 words are interchangeable. Is the rest saying that beasts other men to include your brother, will kill men as required by this unspecified Elohim, probably most likely Yahuwah. Well, I ain't gonna say most likely because it could have been virtually any El because the writer was referring to Elohim when he started this conversation. Now I say unspecified because we do not really know who is speaking. The one thing that could be is that he is speaking for Yahuwah, that he's speaking for Yahuwah, not for himself. However, delegates sometimes make overtures on their own behalf and not necessarily on behalf of who sent them, although they will do it in their superior's name. This seems to be Yahuwah speaking. When the Elohim speak, they do not use possessive language and say I, at least that I've been able to distinguish. They speak in general terms, but Yahuwah speaks in the possessive because he has the authority and everything is under his rule. All right, verse 6 and 7. Whoso sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of Elohim made he man. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. This was the second time that Elohim told man to be fruitful and multiply. Curiously, it seems to appear to be Yahuwah Elohim. It seems to be other Elohim giving this blessing in chapter 1. Why did Yahuwah not bless Adam and Chua after he formed her? At the least, why did he not bless them after putting them out of the garden? Why didn't he bless man after creation instead of other El doing it? All right, verse 8-9. And Elohim spoke unto Noach and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and your seed after you. El Yahuwah, here, he emphasizes that he will establish his covenant with Noach and his seed. He wanted it to be clear that it was he whom was speaking and no one else. Verse 10 and 11. And with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. This is the first covenant Yahuwah established with animals included. It was through Noah, but the animals were included. Also, if you'll notice during these past few verses, he's gotten very personal again. He's saying, I, even I, okay? He's emphasizing that he will not do this again. He was hurt. He was sorry. He was contrite. This is a declaration that, he feels things, all right? This is very serious and very emotional, all right? Verse 12, and Elohim said, This is the sign of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. We're going to cut off right there because I don't want to separate this. We're going to pick up with verse 12 in the next episode, so stay with me because this is one of my favorite things. I really adore them, so join with me next time. In this assembly, this is your servant of Yahuwah. So y'all saying, enjoy this good day. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Amen.